Good morning, everybody. My apologies about that. Sometimes you smoke a few too many joints. You forget that you scheduled trade review. Nobody tags you for a few minutes. It's like, So apologies about that. I'm usually not late. All righty, let me share screen. Shouldn't have any issues with the limitation of people on this one. Okay, can everybody see my Thinkorswim Airbnb chart? All righty. Perfect. So, yeah, the hoodie, as soon as we get our tax issues figured out, because California is a bitch on sales tax, and I shouldn't have registered my LLC here. As soon as we get that shit figured out, this merch store is open for fucking business, and I'm so stoked to get these out into the world. So Airbnb was on our heavy long watch today based on the concept that this daily chart looked like it needed a test higher to me. And truth be told, I thought this would get strong continuation up towards like 131, 132 based on this daily bar. And I hope that it's not too complicated for people to understand why I was looking to go long after this daily candle. Right? We have a base here on Airbnb that has run up into a resistance level, started to pull back from it, and then started to pivot here and really look like it was going to break over this resistance and run hard, right? So what was my rationale for looking for Airbnb longs this morning? The daily chart had an extremely strong bullish candle. So if the market looked like it was going to give us a move up, this name was on long watch for me. Another way to look at this is the weekly chart and look at, right? We have a level of resistance here where we tried to get over, kind of pulled back, made a low, rallied up into that resistance, failed, pulled back, and then rallied right back again. And again, from a most basic logic standpoint, you ask yourself, what comes next after this big green bar? It's at least a test higher, and in my opinion, likely a breakout, depending on what the market overall does. Now that the market overall is selling off more, I think there's more of a chance that this is a failure candle and we start to reverse back to the downside on Airbnb, right? But coming into the day, we were showing extreme relative strength compared to the overall market. And I was looking for a continuation up on this trade, right? So I mentioned that I was stocking these contracts early on in the morning. I mentioned in the trade alerts, like hey, regular, hey, Airbnb 125 calls, get them ready at the open. We're stocking them. Unfortunately, my first entry off of this retest of the 124.99 level that held just moved way too fast. I got to fill at 1.73. And by the time I was ready to, I had it typed out. By the time I was ready to press send there at 2.25. And I was like, so anybody who was watching this, you all know it happened too fast. The last few weeks we've been pretty good about trades being speed wise, like okay to enter. They didn't happen too fast. I can't control that though. This one was just too fast, right? And I wish it didn't go that way, but that's how it went, right? And that really was the entry that paid me for the day. If you see my P&L screenshot and all that, like of my 33, I think like 26 or something came from I don't even know, it might be more, but something from that first trade. That's where I was able to really get, because the contracts ended up just making a nice move. So anybody who was able, I always say this, right, when we talk about it, there are different levels of traders in this room. Some of you will only buy and sell signals and stuff. When I say I am in, enter, buy, sell, I get it. That's fine. You're in the beginning stages of your trading career. That's what you're looking for. Totally get that. However, for those of you who took in the mastermind, who are at the next level of your trading career, so to speak, where you can follow my plans, and understand the rationale and sort of enter and manage on your own. I saw 8, 10, 20, 10, 12 people catch Airbnb today. I mentioned I got 30%, I got 40%. So hell yeah. So it wasn't without, it sucks that I wasn't able to be like, buy now. But it just, when they move that fast, it's just out of my control, right? But it made me feel really good to see, like I saw James caught like a $90 profit on that opening move to 125. Like it was a great setup, a good trade, not an A++ because the market was not A++. If the market had been a little bit more on our side, what I would have done is sent out an alert saying before market open saying, hey, I'm going to buy some Airbnb calls at the open. But I can't do that unless market's on our side too. You can't Stevie Wonder the open. I can't signal Stevie Wonder in the open unless the market's on our side too. And today it just wasn't, right? So again, unfortunate that, we weren't able to signal that first trade, but what was nice is that the market, Airbnb provided us a second opportunity with a 1, 2, 3 pattern off a level. We have a level here, 126.68. It might be a couple cents off, but we got a strong opening bar, right? We'll mark this up as a trend bar, right? Bar 1 in the 1, 2, 3 pattern is a trend bar. Bar 2 in the 1, 2, 3 pattern is a rest bar, aka just a doji, something that just consolidates, right? And within that consolidation, we actually retested or pulled back right to the area of a level, which made me feel much more confident about taking the entry. From there, on a 2-minute frame, we entered as this bar closed here, this hammer doji closed, and we kept our stop loss below this bar. So the stop on this trade was about 30 cents, mainly because the spreads are really wide and shitty, but I think we would have gotten more filled out like for a 20-cent loss, right? But I allowed that to happen, and then it was just a matter of managing it, right? So we did have plenty of opportunity to take profit, and then ultimately bailed on this one a little bit closer towards break even in the end. So those 2 trades were it for me today. I haven't done anything else. I don't plan to do anything else. I think there was some nice short opportunities in the market, but I already caught my piece of the move. Why put more risk on the table for me is what I'm looking at, right? Why sort of take extra chances to give back the money that I'd made, especially on a week that's been tricky. It's quad witching week. There's reason and rationale to be hit and run mode, hands off, sort of patient and disciplined. And I chose to follow those rules today. So instead of trying to catch another entry on something else in the market, I just fucked off. And I don't know whether or not would I have made more money? Probably, right? I wanted to short the market up on that pop and I didn't. So yeah, would I have made more money? Sure. But would I have instilled potentially bad habits in myself? Yeah, definitely. Right. And that's what I'm here to avoid. Right. Long term, for those of you, again, I say this a million times, I'll say it a million times again. If you're in our room, I'm under the assumption your goal is to one day be a full-time day trader or make the push towards this is the main source of income for you, because there's a million signal groups out there. If your goal is to just follow signals, I'm sure there's other ones out there that may meet your needs more. My job is to instill in you the principles of a full-time professional day trader, right? A professional trader. And let me go back and say, we have plenty of signals, so that shouldn't be a problem. But that's not what I'm here for. I am here to try to show you all and lead by example on what a professional trader does. And for me, during quad witching, during OPEX weeks, I'm going to be hands-off and protective and defensive of the money that I do make, right? So unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I will not be trading tomorrow, right? Last week, I had an amazing Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, I got cocky and I came in and I gave back like 25 grand of that profit. I haven't posted the TradeZella yet, but you all know, right? We took those docu trades. I made it clear to everybody that I got smacked around. That's a lot of money. So I was up 100 and then I finished the week up 75 because I was just dumb. It was stupid. It's like, oh, I gave back. You think about it a different way. Oh, I gave back 25% of my profits. That's more of an easy to eat statement, but it's still fucking stupid. Pardon my French. It's stupid, right? Like, it's just dumb. That's my money. That's not profits. Those were realized gains in my bank or my account. And I decided to be stupid and give them back on trades that were dumb, lo and behold, right? Both docu entries were dumb. Then I tried to do ZS, which we had profit. I didn't even take it. I sold like 10 contracts, a couple hundred, and then it went back to down. It was just a bad day overall, right? And I do not want to repeat that tomorrow. And I don't want any of you to get in the habit of repeating these types of situations. That to me is a 2020 Jake move. 2020 Jake did that all the time, man. It was his different number scale, but 2020 Jake would be up 5 grand on the week, go into a Friday and give back $3,000 just thinking, oh, it's just profit. I'm still up 2 grand on the week. It's like, what? What do you mean? You worked your ass all week. You woke up early. You did your whole routine. And then you gave back 3 grand and you're just going to justify it by saying it's just profit. But what? It was the stupidest thing ever. So I felt a deep relapse to that last week. My Friday sucked balls and it was just not fun. So if you've been in that state before, you need to find a way to prevent yourself from even getting there. Cut that shit off as quick as you can because it is a cancer. Those habits are fucking cancerous, right? For me, it carried into Monday. We just happened to catch some really nice trades, but Tuesday, I took a bigger loss on Apple than I should have because I believe it was a continuation of tilt from last Friday, right? And Facebook ended up making up for it. The Airbnb trades ended up making up for it. But the reality is that I do believe a little bit of my tilt from Friday continued into Tuesday. And this idea of loss aversion ultimately set me back a little bit. Right? So there is no perfect formula to managing emotions, everybody. I really fucking wish, pardon all my swearing on this. Usually I don't swear, but I'm feeling passionate right now. I really wish there was a straightforward formula that I could give you all that's like, when you feel this, start thinking this, you'll be better. Like if X happens, do Y, and your psychology would just be fixed. I wish that was the case. It's never going to be. In order for you all to take the next step in your psychology journey, it's going to be from within. It's going to be some sort of habit or rule break or some sort of continuing fault that you see, that you recognize, identify, and fucking change. And until that happens, you will not see the progress that you want to see. You'll be stuck in the 9-to-5 mindset. You want to be a 9-to-5er? That's fine. That's fine. I can't do it. I will never do it. Right? And in order to get out of that, you got to realize the problem or thing holding you back is somewhere up here. For me, it was being fucking stupid at the end of the week and giving back just my profit. So all this is to say, tomorrow I will not be giving back just my profit. I will be withdrawing all of my real ass profit to the bank and rewiring it in on Monday to figure out how much I want to trade with, depending on the setups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm cashed, motherfuckers. My withdrawal's already in. Ports are going to be at zero as soon as they let me withdraw the rest of it tomorrow. And I highly encourage you all to do the same if you need to. Why do I do that? Why do I withdraw every dollar that I can? Because I have terrible habits. Because in the beginning of my trading career, if I leave anything in there, I will be tempted to trade it tomorrow and I will do something dumb. It's inevitable. So I take the extra steps on each time. My accountant fucking hates me, but I withdraw full. I will rewire whatever back end I want to trade with because I don't even want to be tempted to trade tomorrow. I want to go and look at trades tomorrow and be like, oh shit, that's right. My broker's at zero. Right. And I'll leave some money in the Robinhood. We'll do whatever with the Robinhood. That's different to me. But my main primary broker, the real money that I've made this week, it's fucking safe. And not everybody's going to have to do that. Most of you are probably you don't have as bad habits as I did when I first started. Right. But I hope that shows you all some positive encouragement that anybody with bad habits can change and fix them. I sure as hell did. It just took a lot more mental work than you could possibly imagine. All right. All right, everybody. As usual, turns into a psychology rant. This is really, really what I believe is the value of the room. I'm not entering anything new today. Just popped up in the chat box. Airbnb, no interest, and it shouldn't, in my opinion, it shouldn't have faded that much back from the highs. I don't know. I don't think there's edge in the rest of the day. If it makes a move back to high day, that's great, but I don't know. Just it's not for me, right? Hourly looks nice with that little 1, 2, 3. So there's potential for it. It's just I'm a no-go on new trades today. I'm a no-go on new trades at the moment, right? So yes, sir, Ollie. I will check Discord DM. Ollie, I don't see anything from you. Did you send me something that I missed a while back? I don't know. We'll talk though. We'll talk. Okay. Oh, my bad, bro. That's probably it. Okay. I'll check right now. All right, everybody. With that, I hope you all have a good rest of the day. I will get this recording posted up ASAP. I love you all very, very much. I'm on a flight in the afternoon and we'll talk soon. Okay. All right. Cheers, gang.